I am going to start a series that I thought about starting last week when I was doing a mood reading vlog because I saw these on my shelf and I actually really felt the pull to read them. But I feel like they deserve their own vlog dedicated to them because it is a pretty big series and I'm feeling like 5-star vibes from it already. I have never even opened one of them and looked on the inside, but it's just a vibe it's giving me. So I'm of course talking about the Girl from the Other Side manga series. This is on my TBR for this year and I really suddenly feel the pull to read these. It feels like the perfect time to do so. So this is the entire series in the deluxe editions, which are absolutely gorgeous. I was so glad when I saw these and I hadn't yet bought any of this series in the regular paperback. Of course, these were very expensive compared to the paperbacks, so I'm really hoping that I do love them and they are 5 stars, so they were worth the money that I shelled out for them. But I do have really good vibes going into it. Just the art looks absolutely beautiful. I am so excited to start these. I'm not really sure what these are about, but my guess is that it is a little girl that somehow ends up in a different universe or world and is taken care of by a beast of some sort. I'm not entirely sure, but I've heard really good things about this series and I'm very excited to start it, so I'm going to do that right now. So I just finished chapter 1. I will not spoil it because I feel like this is definitely a book that you want to go into not knowing what's going to happen, but my prediction was incorrect. That's all I'll say. But I do really like it so far. It's very vague at the moment. I feel like there's a lot of things that are going to be uncovered as the story progresses, so I'm really looking forward to that. Also, the art style is kind of like dark and creepy, and I'm really loving it. So I'm definitely feeling like this is the perfect time pick up this series and I'm really glad that I have, and so I'm going to continue reading this. I'm also probably hopefully going to go for a walk or a bike ride or something. It is raining right now, so fingers crossed that I actually get to go spend some time outside. But if and when that happens, I am also going to take you guys along with me because I absolutely love sharing the nature that I get to see. Anyways, I'm going to get back to reading right now and I will talk to you again once I get further along. just finished volume 1 of The Girl from the Other Side, and I have to say I am really loving this so far. It is kind of what I predicted. This one was definitely a 5-star manga for me. I will say though, it has been a little bit confusing at times, and I still don't entirely know what's going on, but I think that kind of adds to the mystery of it a little bit, so I'm not really complaining about that. It's just not a very straightforward story. So if you do ever pick this up, I definitely keep that in mind, that it can be confusing and you kind of just have to go with it. It also ended on a pretty big cliffhanger, and so I think I'm going to start volume 2 tonight before I go to bed, but I am extremely tired right now. I just worked 5 days straight and I still have 2 more shifts to go before I finally have a day off. So I am absolutely exhausted and kind of running on fumes at this point. So I don't think I'm going to get to too much reading tonight, but I do at least want to start it because I don't think I'm going to be able to sleep without kind of finding out what happens next. But really good so far, and I am now hoping that the other 3 are just as good as this one. I also have to say the art style is right up my alley. It's super spooky and kind of gothic and dark. There are little cutesy moments as well, but there are definitely some very dark gothic kind of illustrations that really speaks to me, and if that's right up your alley too, highly recommend this. And I find for manga, the art can definitely obviously make or break the story, and it is for sure doing this one justice, so I'm loving that about it. Anyway, I am going to go and get ready to go to bed and at least probably start volume 2. Today is another cloudy, rainy, kind of moody day, so definitely the perfect day to read. I did read a few chapters of volume 2 the other night, and then yesterday I actually ended up finishing it. I have this upside down. I really did like it just as much as the first one, definitely 5 stars, and I'm liking how some of the mysteries are slowly starting to be unraveled, and we're starting to learn a little bit more about the characters' pasts and why they are where they are at this point. And then once again, the art in this is just absolutely beautiful. It's very dark still and definitely a bit creepy at times, but not like a Junji Ito kind of creepy, more like a gothic dark vibe kind of creepy. Definitely pairs perfectly with the weather we've been having lately where I live. It's been so gloomy and moody, and this has been the perfect series to read while that's going on. So then this morning, right when I woke up, I ended up starting volume 3, and I'm now on page 338. Obviously, these read very quickly, but I am kind of trying to savor it because I'm really loving it and I don't really want it to end. But I also need to know what happens at the same time, so I also am like dying to go on and read more. So I definitely think I'm going to finish this one today for sure, and then I'm also hopefully going to go for a walk because it's rainy, so there shouldn't be many people out. It's just the perfect day for a nice little walk and then curling up with the book. So I think I'm going to read for the next little bit and then hopefully go for said walk, and I will talk to you again later. So I went for my walk and then came home and ended up finishing on volume 3. I must say I really liked this one as well. It definitely went in a direction that I wasn't expecting. It kind of headed in almost like a creepy religious direction, which was not what I was expecting, but at first I was a little hesitant with it, but I ended up not minding it. I definitely will say the end of this one was absolutely insane once again, but 5 stars for sure. So since the ending of this was insane and I need to know what happens next, I am going to continue reading and start volume 4 right now because I don't think I'm going to be able to function without finding out what the heck happens next. So I'm going to start this one right now. I did not fully mean to do this, but I actually just finished volume 4 in one sitting. I just could not put it down. It was really good. It went in an entirely different direction than I had first thought it was going to, and then it got a little bit confusing, but it's one of those ones where you kind of just have to go with it and assume that all of the pieces are going to fit together in the end, which they for the most part kind of did to me. I don't know. But I will rate this one 5 stars as well because just the vibes from this manga were immaculate, and it's definitely got to be one of my favorite mangas that I've ever read so far. Safe to say, I am very glad that I bought the deluxe editions. I was very nervous doing so when I first bought them, but they were so beautiful. I definitely wanted to get these ones. I didn't want to buy just the regular version and then regret not buying the deluxe ones. I'm so happy that that's the choice that I ended up making. This is such a beautiful story with gorgeous artwork that goes with it, and something that I really loved about it as well is that as the story progresses, you kind of notice that the font that is used for different people talking matters. That's all I'll say about that, but it was definitely a very interesting addition to the story and one that I think is kind of uncommon. I haven't really stumbled upon it, I don't think, ever, and if I have, I haven't been as conscious of it. But yes, just Beautiful, beautiful books, and I highly recommend these if you love manga and dark, spooky things that have kind of a cute little twist to them. Obviously, I don't want to say much more because I am not looking to spoil this series for anybody, but I really loved it, and I'm really happy to say that it is a 5-star series for me. This was just a perfect week of reading. There was a lot of moody weather throughout the week, and that really aided this story and really set the atmosphere. So it was just absolutely perfect, and I'm so glad that I picked these up when I did. But with that, I think I'm gonna leave this vlog here. I hope you have a great rest of your week and happy reading.